Hello, fellow traders. 'Tis I, the Rumpled One, coming to you Thursday, February the 10th. The year is 2022. Let's talk trading. Price, part 6. These videos are for educational purposes only. Your results may differ from mine. Well, Price has made some interesting moves here today. We had a news release and a lot of action in the pound. I'm sure there was action across the board. So for the month, we're 100 pips above the open, 84 off the high, and 109 off the low. For the week, we are right at the weekly open, just 1 pip above, 46 off the high and 53 off the low. And for those just tuning in, all the weekly open gaps have filled. And when we look at the opening range, we've got the opening range for the year, for the month, and for the week. And as you can see today, we broke through the opening range high for the week, and but we pulled back into that opening range. We also broke through, let's look here. We had the broke through the high to the downside for the opening day for the year and the opening day for the month, but then we've reversed up and through it. So once again, looking at those for breakout trades as opposed to reversal trades. And right now for the week, we're testing it, the high for the week. $24 pips above the yearly open. Here's where it gets fun. We got back into the inside bar, that the weekly inside bar from 3 weeks ago. So look to go short at the 45, which is in the launch pad. Plenty of action here on the inside bars. Only 58 pips with the news release today, which is once again pretty muted compared to the beast and the new beast. If you take a look left, oh, and if you wonder, people have been asking different things. If you wonder how I get those crosshairs, there's two ways. You can do Control F and then just move your mouse and it magically appears. Or if you have a scroll button, if you press the scroll button down, you can get the crosshairs to appear. But you can see right here, looking at that high from a couple of days ago, that was a place to look for breakout trade or possibly a reversal back down. But we're still in the upper wick zone from yesterday, but you can see in the last 2 days we've had huge wicks. So we closed inside the wick here. We'll probably close inside the wick here. It's just what happens. Now this is where things get interesting. We on the news, we came down, hit the short zone, reversed hard, came down, tried putting a new low, reversed hard. So we talk about price. If you sit here and you see price do something, don't be surprised if it does it again. So, I mean, price closed here. Yeah, it came all the way here, closed here, and it opened here. And then what did it do? It came all the way back down and covered that whole wick and then reversed. So you could have taken the daily open cross for profit. You could have taken the weekly open cross for profit in both directions. So just trading those simple horizontal lines, once again, proved to be beneficial. And here, if we scrunch the chart just a little bit, and for those of you wondering how to, do these things, you put your cursor down here, and you see that arrow appear right below the cursor. Then you can either scrunch the chart by dragging it left or make it wider by dragging it to the right. So you see, if we scrunch it, we look back here, well, look, there's that wick zone And look, there was a turn trade there and a turn trade there, turn trade being red, green off of bottom. And there was another turn trade here, red, green off that bottom. Price got into this wick area, got into the body of this candle. So it was telling you to go up. Then price also crossed above, this turn trade here, this red, green right here. And you can see if you look left, there's nothing but wicks underneath that line. So those are just indications that price is giving you little hints on the chart to take the trade. Does it work every time? No. That's why we have stop losses. Think of trading as an experiment. You're going to test your theory. You're going to test it. Hey, if price crosses above this line, I think I should go long. And you could be paid off handsomely a couple of times here. Green rats. Well, the red rats had a really nice feast. In fact, just to let you know, I was short at 70. And actually, I got short at 70 right around here, I think. And price moved against me 10 pips. I just held on. Then the news broke, and I jumped out right about this level. I think I closed around 53. And I left about 20 on the table, but that was okay. That's going to happen sometimes. But then you could reverse and became a green rat here. And as you could see, the green rats have definitely feasted a couple of times. We've taken out the pivot. Price near R1 short, they called it. Price near S1 long. We haven't really been that close to S1. And you can see we've crossed above yesterday's low a couple of times. Actually more. 1, 2, 3, 4. And just so you know, I think it's 35.22 or 23 is that yearly open. Let me see if I can go back to that chart. Oh, on this particular broker, it's 35.26. So you can see here what price did at that level, especially let's just go to M30. And I'm not sure why it's taking its sweet time, but right here you can see 1, 2, 3 times below and above. It actually closed slightly below right here. 25.9 and this was 26.1. So it actually closed below by 2 points and then pushed down and then rocketed back up. So knowing these prices, we're talking about price, yearly open, monthly open, weekly open, daily open, and then trading basically what you see. What do I see price doing? What do you see price doing, right? We talked about the pivots, and we took out the pivot on the daily, on the weekly, and the monthly. And wick zone, we came out of that upper wick zone, out of the lower wick zone, both directions here, but only we haven't touched the high here. And looks like we got to the previous midpoint of the previous day. The action on the scalper, fast and furious. You see a 1 ball, which was a 3 ball, but it's been updated. Taking the long trade, there was money to be made. Almost did a 50% retrace. Second try. Here, you can see put in a 3 ball. New lower high coming in here at 35.31. Actually is done to the 50 and to the 61 retrace. Time to take some money off the table, if not all the money off the table. Don't be greedy because price could come back down because you just never know. And it's obviously this is a kind of a ranging day. It's going coast to coast. And what do I mean? You got a coast, another coast, and so it's going from coast to coast, coast to coast, and then now it's coming back the other way. So obviously somebody wants to keep the pound above the yearly open. It's just something to recognize. Looking at the frequency distribution here on the close minus the EMA, this is really interesting. You can see here it got way down, still further down, came back, but sooner or later it's going to come back to that EMA. And so if you're playing the extremes, that's how you play it. This is an M5 chart with a, I believe that's an H1 background on the, yeah, H1 background. But you can see by playing, knowing these differences, you can start to place your trades accordingly. So for example, from here to here was a lot of pips. It was a lot more than 4 pips, a lot more than 5, right? So knowing that, it's like, hey, you know what? When this candle closes, let me see what the next candle did. It kept going the same direction, reverse, cut through the low, cut through the bottom. So you could either you could either take your chance here or take your chance here, saying, hey, this has to come back to the moving average. And here again, it got far away. Same idea. So once you start seeing price, seeing what price is doing, you know, and having frequency distributions, measuring price, then you have an opportunity to take advantage of what you see. So right here, we're 6.1, 6.3 pips away from that moving average. How many times does it go 60 or more? 4% at a time? Well, this is a return bar. I'm looking for it to shoot here. But let's just wait and see. And we only have about 3 minutes left in the video. I don't know if we'll get a chance to see it or not. But by the time you watch this video, you can see what's happened if prices come back down to get within a certain number of pips of the moving average. And the other thing is how many times price touches the moving average versus doesn't touch. So price is continuing its move up. We're at top of the hour here. And to tell you the truth, I'm itching to go short, but I will wait. One of the things I've learned is I'll switch over to M30. If I want to go short and I see this happening, I'll just sit on my hands and just wait. Let the M30 candle do its thing. And then, but if I'm a little impatient, I might switch to M15 because you can see here M15 will switch. So see, knowing that price likes to just move for like half hours at a time, I'll just wait and let that candle range and take advantage of it. So you can see here we've got 13 points. So greater than 10, only 4.6% of the time. So you just let that candle, this is M15, just let this candle do its thing till it exhausts itself, and then maybe I can take advantage of it. And so right here today on M5, we've got 22 closes above this. Now it dropped a bit. You got 30 closes above the current level. And you can look to the left here, and you can see we're getting now in this rangy area. And where was this? Open 76. We're 4 pips away. And so all that news activity's just about been wiped out. And you can see here the M1 breakout at 66, good for 6 pips. So, fellow traders, I hope you learned something about price today. Let me know in the comments, because it's not what you trade, it's how you trade it. So go out there and drain the banks. This is the Rumpled One, over and out.